They can't help themselves. All right, here we go. All right, howdy, folks, and welcome back. I told you I'd be back. All right, get this microphone set up here so you guys can hear me a little better. All right, so Germany getting hit right now. Or got hit there. That's what you were watching there. So let's come on over to our solar report. How was everybody's Christmas? I hope you had a nice time and was able to be with family. That's what it's really about. Okay, so here we are. Um, whoops, December 25th, 2023, Christmas Day. And I got it on this frame right here. This was in the thumbnail. And let me just kind of, while we got this here, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this real quick. So you can see our little Christmas gift hiding in, wrapped in plasma. Oh, it's so bright. All right, but here you can make it out. Nice, perfectly round circle right there. It even has a little shadow behind it here, but perfectly round spherical object, totally enveloped in plasma. You can see the instrumentation reacting to it. There's another one up here that's out in front of it. Let me pull that just a little bit forward. Hopefully you can see the indentation in this red line right here. There's another one, very faint right in there. So there's this one, and appears to be a third one here. Right there. Anyways, this one right here in the middle, very, very defined. You can see it pretty easily. Even over here on the red side, we'll scooch it over, and you can see our dark object is right here, enveloped in plasma. Okay, so there's a good shot of it right there. And then as we kind of go, I'll do a frame by frame here in a second. Just kind of back out of this a little bit, get it all pulled up right for you guys. We're going to go ahead and start this loop here. Whoops. Forward, not reverse. I'm going to pull this just right for you guys. There we go. So there's the loop playing for a minute, and then you can see there's other activity going on. Also, this crossed magnetic field. See this object come out, and then it's crossed little magnetic field tail right there. Anyways, we had, that's a little fast. Let me slow that down here. There's our regular speed. All right. Also, we have this little event right here with the twin wakes coming off of it right here. See that one? That's another hidden one in there. All this activity going on over on this side as well. And then you can see we have a pretty heavy flow coming out of this region. And that means we might be seeing some energy heading our way. All right. Now, just let that play for another minute. You can see that this was just like a 3-pack here that all split up. Boom, and caused that big old CME right there. Okay. While we're here, let's take a peek at tomorrow, or today now, the 26th. We've got a few frames here. Okay, not much, a few frames, but you can see this little event trailing out and a small one right there. Okay, so that's the first couple hours right there of December 26th. But let's go back to the 25th. And there's our activity Christmas Day right there. So, yeah, that's frozen up. Let's just come on over here to the solar ham anyway. So, I'm going to zoom in here. One more. There we go. And pull it over. There we go. So, there's your GOES X-ray flux, the heartbeat of the sun for today. And here's our box right here for Christmas Day. And it looks pretty quiet. Even though I showed you that activity coming off the sun, the graph reads pretty quiet. All right, there's a few little burps and, little spits and sputters right here, but nothing even barely off the seafloor. All right, so it's been hugging the seafloor pretty much the whole day, except for right there at the beginning. And then where we saw those, just a little sneak peek at tomorrow is this little spike right there already. So what appeared to be bigger activity that we saw today is not really being represented on the chart. So this small one that we saw a sneak peek of looks bigger than the activity we had today. This just doesn't kind of jive with what we just saw here on the 25th. Start that. You see all these eruptions, the big one, boom. And you're telling me all this activity right here only produced that on the chart. Okay. So there's that. We're putting right along. This is good. I'd rather see this than a bunch of M flares and stuff like that. We don't need to be taking on any more energy right now. All right, so currently at B8.8, our C flare potential, M flare potential now, 30%. X flare 5%. We still have these 2 M flares that we had the other day. All of our sunspots are in the green. That's good. Don't ask any questions how Santa got in between the Soho, all right, and the sun. An eruption registering as long as a long duration M1 solar flare was detected from behind the southwest limb beginning December 24th. All right. Now, let me zoom back out so we can come over. Well, you know what? Let's just come on over. You can see our KP index nice and quiet. It got almost too quiet right there, but popped up. It's going really quiet again right now. You can see our auroras here are, I got to zoom back out. Are mild, nothing too bad, but it's not super faint either. Okay, so we are, still absorbing mild energy, nothing too bad, but still some auroras showing up right now, okay? Probably because of that strong solar wind that's hitting us. And then let's open up this tracker. I want you guys to see something here. Let's pull this up, big style, please. Thank you, Lord. All right. You've been here many times. You guys know how to read this instrument. You see what I see? Big old CME coming right at Earth right here, okay? Bang. Now they're saying that this might go, below us? So let me check over on this side here. See, it's still not going above us or below us. It's still hitting us right there. All right. Um, then what I want to do is back out of this and show you the other spiral, this one real quick, for their chart more than their spiral. This showing pretty much impact right in the middle, where this one, once it loads up, I'll play the movie. Right, take a sec to load up here. All right. That's probably pretty good right there. Now watch as this wave comes off here. They show it, or right here, they show it splitting in two, and one part going below the earth and the other part going above the earth. All right, so these models differ a little bit, but what I wanted to point out was the expected date of impact right here, right at the tail end of the 27th, right here where you can see this little spike, if I do it right. Okay, so expected impact late on the 27th here, all right? This, again, showing it splitting the Earth, going above and below, where the other one showed a direct impact. Okay, so the models differ a little bit, but they're expecting impact right around the very end of the 27th, going into the 28th right there, which we don't need. We do not need another round of energy hitting us. Okay, thankfully Christmas was nice and quiet as far as impacts and stuff like that, but we don't need more of these waves hitting us. Okay, still the same old picture from yesterday. Let's come on over here to the space weather now, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on this, and we're going to read this article together in case you haven't yet today. All right, a CME is coming. A magnificent filament of magnetism erupted from the sun's northern hemisphere on Christmas Eve, hurling a CME into space. Most of the CME is expected to pass north of our planet. Most, but not all. NASA models suggest a glancing blow on December 27th. A minor G1 class geomagnetic storm is possible or are possible on that date. Okay, so the 27th, we might have a little impact, okay? And G1, not a big major impact. It's not going to, affect radio communications all that bad. But what it is going to affect is the core of the Earth, and that's going to, in turn, affect our volcanic and earthquake activity. Also, again, a sunspot big enough to see from Mars. This is that sunspot we were talking about yesterday, this monster sunspot that actually changed the frequency, the vibration of the sun. The sun is huge. It's a massive, it's such a powerhouse. In order to change the frequency of it, that takes something powerful. So this sunspot on the back side of the sun, can we get this picture a little bigger? Well, it's not doing it justice, but it was actually captured by the rover on Mars. This old antiquated camera turned around and took a picture of the sun, and the sunspot's so big you can see it from Mars. Okay. We don't need to go into the details about that, but still, what I wanted to point out is this big sunspot on the backside that's due to rotate around next week is changing the vibration of the sun and is so intense that it can be seen from the rover on Mars. Okay, on to the Schumann. I even scoot a little closer here. Oh, I got good news for you guys. I got a new phone for Christmas, so we might be having a little bit better quality videos here pretty soon once I get it up and going. And then I'm going to take a video and show you the phone that I'm using right now, and you're going to be amazed that I was even able to do the show when you see the condition of this phone. All right, back to business here. Okay, putting right along, boom, 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 chugging right along, doing good. Little faintness right here. See this little weak? It's not as vibrant. Okay, we had a little pulse right here where we absorbed energy earlier. Started to scrape a little bit here. Here at 7.83, and then down at what is that? 12, probably 14 hertz, right about there. Okay, and then you can even see the little scrubbing at these other ranges right here. Dies off, and here we are kind of going into another event here. This is an indication that pressure swells and then depletes, and pressure starting to swell again down below. All right, we're getting pressure built up down below again. So now with that, let's come on over to this real quick. Not too bad as we look here at our SO2. This is the sulfur dioxide, the gas that surrounds the magma down below, being pushed up through the perforations in the crust. Not too dark right now. Actually looking pretty good for America here. Before, it was split down the middle, all purple one side, and, you know, kind of like it is right now. Pretty plain right there. But for a while, the whole side over here was all purple, and it looks to be easing right now, which is good. Okay, good news. But over here, what is going on? How could pressure be this intense over here, but not as intense over here, when it's still, you know, coming out in every direction from the middle out? So, hand of God or something protecting us there a little bit, because there is some pressure down below. You can see it right here. See where it's aiming for? I bet you can all guess why. And then as we come into Europe here, they're bleeding out too. I bet you can guess why. Same with the Middle East, India. Now we're going to come on down here to Java, where the pressure is lessened on this part of the island. It's more concentrated at the tip and at the channel right here, which it seems to have lessened. That's okay. That's good. That means the pressure is being relieved in this area. Okay, that's good. And let's go ahead and come on over to, we did that, the earthquake report now. All right. Where did that quake go? All right. So far, it's pretty mild, pretty quiet out there. I want to start over here with our biggest quake of the day, which was just a little while ago, right here in the Dominican Republic region. Okay. We got us a 5.3 here at a depth of 9. All right. That's very shallow. 5.3 energy being released in this area. Okay. A couple other small little quakes, but nothing too big. What's this out on the ridge? A 4.6 out on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. A little bit of energy release there. Now let's go back to our regular report. Okay, starting in this region, no real deep quake for the day. We just had this, though, a 4.6 south of the Fiji Islands at a depth of 187. So not a deep quake, not a surface quake, but right a little bit way down, no, a little bit further down than the surface. We have some mid-range 4 energy traveling down through this part of the system, okay? Note how quiet it is in this region right here. Usually we have something in that part. Notice how quiet it is here. We have this little quake, 4.6 down at 59. This small quake, 4.7 down at 135. Okay, so mid-range 4 energy kind of just creeping around, a little here, a little there. 4.9 down at 431. Okay, so at the surface, maybe 5 energy, plus we know what we do with 0.9s here at this site. So a little bit of stronger energy there, but then the rest of the map, really quiet. Okay, we come over to the west coast here, or check this one out at Alaska. 4.6 energy up in this region. Just got released there, so I don't expect it to make it over the hump. We do have 3.3 at a depth of 10 and a 2.9 right there. This actually, timestamp that real quick. 1757. So this was earlier. So I'll have to take that back a little bit. It looks like some of this energy made it over the hump. It lessened in intensity from 4.6 to 3.3, which is awesome. We'll take that. Not much really. Little one here in Southern Cal, but 2.8. What's this in Texas? 2.5. That's actually New Mexico. So pretty quiet for our quake report, right? Now, this is going to change. When we have that pressure building up, we're going to see a few more quakes. We'll see a little increase in magnitude. And the increase in magnitude, I really only expect to get to this one right here, 5.3. Okay? So maybe you see how it's mid-range 4 around most of the map? We might see some quakes, filling in this region. There'll be 5 to 5.3. Here at this fulcrum point over India here, we had a 4.6 right there. That was energy that kind of skipped over all this region, popped off a quake there. We do have volcanic activity there, so. But the rest of the map, real quiet, all right? And we're going to do the volcano report and find out why it's pretty quiet out there. All right. Please, Lord, let this page work. All right. Where are we here? Can I have my mouse, please? There we go. All the ads have to load up, so forgive me. Or forgive them. Come on now. I would like to be able to scroll. There we go. So, already into today. Volcanoes today, December 26th. Semeru, explosive activity, 15,000 feet. Marapi, volcanic ash advisory. Popo, a blast to 19,000 feet. Fuego to 15,000 feet. Nevada del Ruiz, ash advisory. Same for Reventador and Sabancaya. Now let's see for the 25th. All right, go back a little bit here to the prior day. Come on, you can do it, website. Let's go. It's struggling, but we're getting there. All right, so for December 25th, Suwon Osijima, volcanic ash advisory. Ibu, the same. Luato B, eruption there. Luatolo, another explosive eruption there. These are right next to each other, I think. Semeru, extrusive explosion there. Marapi, 15,000 feet. Ducono here, 10,000 feet. So you might see a little bit of increase in the blast height, the altitude that these reach here tomorrow or in the next coming days when this pressure gets relieved. Popo, 19,000 feet. Fuego, 15,000 feet. Ash advisory, Nevada del Ruiz and Sangay. Reventador, 14,000 feet today. Sabancaya, 24,000 feet today. Okay, so there's a lot of the pressure being relieved via the volcanoes today rather than earthquakes. Okay, so a lot of pressure still being released, but in the form of volcanic activity more so today than an earthquake activity. Okay, so there was that. Now let's get on over to our forecast here, where this monster storm is just being don't even know how to put this. All right, your current conditions. I'm going to go ahead and start the loop and let this loop play for a second. Oh, I can't. Crack my back, my neck. All right. Most of the country is in good shape here after this storm passes, all right? The West Coast is what's next on the agenda for getting hit here. So you see these storms coming into the Pacific Northwest, one after another after another. We also had ones hitting Southern California, and we'll have to watch for that big storm towards the end there. Okay, now let me pause that, back it up real quick. Okay, this is our current conditions right now, the nighttime of Christmas. And we do have this icing event up here going in North Dakota, South Dakota, reaching back into Minnesota right there. Okay, I already seen video of power lines and trees and branches falling because of all the ice on them. Okay, also for you people in the Pacific Northwest, I'm going to do this kind of to the camera there. Yeah, looks a little bit better now. You can see it. Meanwhile, over here, intense weather hitting the Puget Sound, British Columbia area, severe possible tornadoes, high winds, snow, hail, just the whole bag right there, the whole mix coming into that area. This is the current conditions as we speak. Then, as we go, this next frame right here, as we go into the morning of the 26th, this plows deeper into the country while this kind of rotates and dissipates a little bit. You see it bringing snow on the backside. Now the icing event is mainly isolated to the corner of North Dakota now. Still rain all the way back down through Florida. That's the noontime, the 26th. Come on, give me the next one. There we go. The end of convection, right here, when the cloud top should be at their highest, it seems to have weakened and split and is falling apart. We still have chance of severe weather down here in the Gulf Stream down by South Carolina here. Let me move this and use this. Right here's a little chance. Right here's a little chance of Tennessee at the end of convection tomorrow. But the main part of this storm seems to be kind of dissipating and breaking up as we go into the nighttime of the 26th. Let me pull this down again. There we go. Morning of the 27th, right there. Chance for severe weather right in the Virginia area, but not too bad, as we have another system coming onto the coast over here. The noon time of the 27th. The end of convection. Northern California, Oregon, Washington. Here we go through the nighttime of the 27th. Still a little slight chance of severe weather here in Pennsylvania, but mainly this event right here. We will have snow on the backside of that low right there. Probably a little bit more than they're showing, but as we go into the morning of the 28th, the noontime, the end of convection, the nighttime, morning of the 29th, noon, convection, nighttime, the morning of the 30th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 31st, noon, convection, nighttime, the 1st, noon, convection, nighttime. So the rest of this, pretty good. This is getting pretty far out in the future here, so it's less reliable, but what I wanted to do, you see this little thing right here, we'll see if that impulse ever develops like that, but towards the end here, we got another storm coming in on the Pacific Northwest, this little bit of rain moving down through here, but I want to get to this last, right here, this low is starting to form here on January 9th, so that's a little ways out there, but you see how it starts to do this comma effect here as it wraps up and consolidates here and starts to gain strength into Illinois, Indiana there, the morning of the 10th. So morning of the 10th here in this region, we'll watch as this approaches. That would be the noontime there. the end of convection on the 10th here. Now, if this pans out, this would probably be kind of bad here for Pennsylvania. Pretty much ice covering most of the state right there. And even the next frame when we click, it's going to pass New York. But, oh wait, that's the last frame right there. So around January 10th, the night of January 10th, there's going to be from sundown through the nighttime a possible event here. And we'll track this as it goes. This isn't set in stone. You guys all know that. I keep telling you how they're getting less and less reliable because of the inbound energy, as well as just weather isn't perfect science either. So, all right. Anyways, there's your weather report. Your solar, weather, earthquake, volcano report there. All right. So now we can move on to the spiritual report. Speaking of which, I think a few people saw the bigger picture. In fact, I know a couple people figured it out. I can sense it. So, that was quite a gift you guys received. And let me ask you, how was your Christmas this time compared to before? Did you feel a little more power in this Christmas? Did you feel a little more, I don't know, alive this Christmas? For those of you who saw the bigger picture? I bet you did. Okay, so where am I here? I'm trying to do a spiritual report, Brian. Oh, we're going to have to X out of some of these here. Let me get rid of some of these instruments that are taking up too much of my... One more. That should be good. All right. So I'm going to come on over to the channel here and open up something else. So, you thought that was the end of the dot to dot, right? But we're going to keep going. There's more. So, pull out a new piece of paper and we're going to start another dot to dot. Actually, not really. We're just going to do this real quick. Yeah, there it is right there. So, while researching some weather footage for my intro for a show, this channel right here was recording I think it was a tornado or hurricane was hitting Florida. And this storm chaser, his video captured an EVP, which is an electromagnetic voice print. And on this voice print, you're going to hear from the spiritual realm saying something. Okay? And I'm just going to let it play. I think some of you have heard this already, and you know what it's going to say.
Outside. They're dangerous.
All right, so yeah, I was a little well, not shocked, but let's just say I found this in their video, right? And I saved it. You bookmark it, right? I bookmarked this video, and this weather video. I took the video, did this little presentation, and then when I re-clicked back on this video, this segment right here had been taken out. The two segments I showed, actually, this opening segment right here shows a van tumbling here in the foreground. If you come over to my channel and watch the original, you can see it better. You can hear it better than me trying to do this through microphone and all this stuff. But you can barely make it out. There's a van right here that's flipping in the foreground. And that's what the storm chaser was, recording. And in the background, a female voice saying, Brian Knight is coming like a lion, and he's God. So we're going to play that again one more time for you guys to hear that. Now, this is pretty recent, okay? This has happened, where we left off. This is like 2 years, 3 years after the first big picture, okay? This is a lot more recent. Everything I showed you before happened years ago already. This one's a little more recent. We're going to play it one more time for you, so you can hear it. EVPs are real. I suggest you don't get into that area and dabble in that area. But
outside.
Just two different segments here. This doesn't have the van rolling in it, all right? The opening segment had the van tumbling over in it. It said it 3 times, and then later on in the video was another video taken by the same storm chaser at a different angle, and the same EVP was captured again in another clip. Both of these clips are now missing from the video. The regular video, or when I clicked on my bookmark, it still pulls up this channel and the first part of this video and the last part of this video, but these two segments were taken out. Why? Why would they take out these two segments? I'm glad I captured him and recorded this when I did, because it didn't take too long. I posted this, and within a day I went to go back and watch that video again, and all of this stuff was deleted out of it. And it exists because I have it. The channel's still there. The video, like I said, 80% of the video is still there. But these two segments right there have been edited out. Edited out. Why would they edit out the best part where the van's flipping? Huh? Well, because there's something going on, and you can hear it in the background. All right, so you saw that, or you heard that, and I didn't manipulate this guy's video. This is a storm chaser or whoever was recording this, and you can hear their windshield wipers going, and this EVP, this person couldn't hear. They couldn't hear it while it was happening. These only are heard on playback. And I don't think anybody even heard it or recognized it except for me. And I posted a video about it, and then all of a sudden they had to go back and delete it out and edit it out. And I call that censorship. And any form of censorship on my channel, they're going to pay dearly dearly for any kind of censorship on my channel. Anyways, thankfully I was able to capture it, and that was pretty. What was that about? That was last year. That was last summer, I think. Yeah, when a hurricane hit Florida. So this is a pretty recent, within the last year here, EVP captured by somebody else. Okay. I just saw their video and heard my voice in there. It was like, oh my God, here we go. I better capture this, record it. I did, posted this little video, and then boom, it's all missing from the video. See, you don't scrub stuff unless there's something there, right? You don't go deleting or censoring stuff unless there's something there. If this was fake, if it was manipulated, if it wasn't true, why would you delete it? See, the powers that be know. They know who I am. They know what's going on. And they just don't want you knowing. Okay? But, unfortunately for them, I'm gonna keep going. Okay? So there was that little incident. Hopefully you guys heard the EVP on there. If you didn't, it's over here at my channel. This one's hard to find. You have to type it into the search bar. Type in Brian Knight is coming and put your headphones on, and you will hear the lady's voice. And I recognize the voice. I recognize who that lady is because she's deceased. And I know who she is. Anyways, that was a little creepy. Hearing that, all this stuff happening to me, and then this happening, showing up in somebody else's video, and then it being removed and deleted out by the powers, YouTube, Google, whoever, censors. So, why would you take a part out if it didn't mean anything, huh? All right, we're going to come back to our beautiful image right here. Now
over a course of about an hour, and I got a lot of pictures.
All right, let's see here. Where's the zoomed in part? Right here. Come on, there it is. Okay, now I was showing this picture all the time, right? Doing readings, telling you this was captured on Easter. Okay. For those of you who saw the bigger picture, now this image has a lot more value to you, doesn't it? It's a beautiful image. I'm just so thankful I was able to have the strength in my arms to hold the camera up long enough to capture all this. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful image of our Lord and Savior showing up in the clouds as he promised. He said, you'll know I'm here. You'll see me in the clouds. See, when they asked, what's a sign of your coming? Well, there are signs of the coming, but then there are signs of when he's actually here. And he's actually here now. Okay? For a while. For a few years. This was Easter of 2020. And we're in 2023. This was well over 3 years ago. Okay? So that gives you an idea how close we are towards the finish line here. Okay? And what a glorious finish we're going to have. Okay? You guys, you believers, you're going to be rewarded for your faith. Okay? Other people who still haven't figured it out yet, just keep going, keep trying. You'll get there. Okay? All right, so with our beautiful image right there, so everybody can see, I'm going to do a reading for us as I get my lights and everything going. So yeah, a little bit of good news is I got a brand new phone. I've never had a brand new phone. I'm using a Galaxy 7. Don't tell anybody, okay? That's how old my equipment is. So I got a brand new phone. Hopefully, I'll be able to do a little bit better quality. I still have to use a computer type thing, whatever, but hopefully, we'll get a lot better visual quality in my show here, so you can see these beautiful images a lot clearer. Okay, so a little bit of good news here, and as soon as my son helps me get this thing going, we'll have a better quality show, or a little better video quality. Okay. Oh, do I want to? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. So, when something in your life or thoughts make you anxious, come to me and talk about it. Bring me your prayer and petition with thanksgiving, saying, "Thank you, Jesus, for this opportunity to trust you more." Though the lesson of trust that I send to you come wrapped in difficulties, the benefits far outweigh the cost. Well-developed trust will bring you many blessings, not the least of which is my peace. I have promised to keep you in perfect peace to the extent that you trust in me. The world has it backwards, teaching that peace is the result of having enough money, possessions, insurance, or security systems. My peace, however, is such an all-encompassing gift that it is independent of all circumstances. Though you lose everything else, if you gain my peace, you are rich indeed. I am the resurrection and the life. All lasting life emanates from me. People search for life in many wrong ways, chasing after fleeting pleasures, accumulating possessions and wealth, trying to deny the inevitable effects of aging. Meanwhile, I freely offer abundant life to everyone who turns towards me. As you come to me and take my yoke upon you, I fill you with my very life. This is how I choose to live in the world and accomplish my purposes. This is also how I bless you with joy unspeakable and full of glory. The joy is mine and the glory is mine, but I bestow them on you as you live in my presence, inviting me to live fully in you. Okay? Pretty complex, but you'll get it. My love chases after you every day of your life, so look for signs of my tender presence as you go through your day. I disclose myself to you in a vast variety of ways. Words of Scripture just when you need them, helpful words spoken through other people, quote, coincidences orchestrated by my spirit, nature's beauty, and so on. My love for you is not passive. It actively chases after you and leaps into your life. Invite me to open your eyes, invite me to open the eyes of your heart so you can see me blessing you in a myriad of ways, both small and great. I want you to not only receive my bountiful blessings, but to take careful note of them. Treasure them and ponder them in your heart. Thank me for these ways I show up. Thank me for these ways I show up in your life. I write some of them down so you can enjoy them again and again. These signs of my presence strengthen you and prepare you for difficulties on the road ahead. Remember that nothing in all creation can separate you from my love. Again, I want to repeat this. These signs of my presence strengthen you and prepare you for difficulties on the road ahead. Okay, now, blessed are all those who wait for me. Waiting patiently does not come easily to you, but it is nonetheless very good for you. You long to plan ahead, make definite decisions, and make things happen. There is a time for that, but this is not the time. Now is a time for sitting in my presence, trusting me with your whole being. This discipline will bring a wealth of blessings your way. Some of the good things I offer you reside in the future. While you obediently wait on me, you are building up equity for those not yet blessings. Because they are veiled in the mystery of the future, you cannot see them clearly. Other blessings are for the present. The very process of waiting for me is beneficial. It keeps your soul on tiptoe as you look up to me in hope. You acknowledge that I am in control and you rest in my goodness. Though you may not understand why you have to wait so long, I bless you as you choose to trust me with all your heart. Okay. So, how's everybody doing out there? Merry Christmas, huh? Did you have a different kind of Christmas now? Could you feel a little bit more of the Lord this year in your Christmas ceremonies, in your visiting with your family? Could you feel the presence? Because I know you guys can feel the presence right now. Alrighty. I think that was it. There were no notes, nothing for today. Just there's readings. That EVP that happened there. Pretty crazy stuff. As I researched deeper into that, I hear my name being called all the time in there. How do I put this? This is the oddest thing. The whole spiritual realm, all these entities know who I am. The animals here on this planet are sensing who I am. Wherever I go, people turn and look at me like, oh, look at that dude, or whatever. They don't say hi or anything, but all of a sudden, everywhere I go, people turn just to look at me real quick, just a brief glance. So, people are suspicious. The animals know. The whole spiritual realm knows. The only people that don't know are the people of Earth. Except for like 20 of you people that are here right now, and a few that watch this later too. No. But the rest of the world is missing out on such a blessing and such a gift. Kind of breaks my heart. But you know what? I got a small little family here, and I am thankful for what I got. And it just tickles me that I get to share this with you. See, I get joy by being able to share this vital information with you. Okay? And you'll see that that's kind of part of my character. All right? And you'll find out here as we go. I'm quite a character, so I love you all. Ooh, what do we got here? Something in the chat? Oh yeah, good. I'm glad people had a nice time. Sorry, I'm just reading some of the chat real quick. So let me just wait a second, how does that say? Oh, Hopkinson. Yes, thank you, Hopkinson, for sharing and liking. You are a doll. You get this. You see how important it is to share. And when you do that, it blesses you and it blesses the people you share it with and me. All three of us. It's a win-win-win. See how I work? All right. What else did I see there in the chat? I'll leave it for another one. All right. So, Merry Christmas, Scan family. Merry Christmas, Jen, ML, Jimmy. Merry Christmas, buddy. Tinfoil hat. Merry Christmas. Samantha's Loving Light. Michelle Cameron. Joe Esnart. What does that say? Esnart? Nort? Okay. Some different names I haven't seen here yet, but a couple of familiar people. Good, good, good. I'm glad to see all the people had a good time here. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed your Christmas. I hope that it brought a new sparkle and some new hope to you guys. Okay? Everybody hang on, because 2024 is going to be wild. Okay? As if it hasn't been wild already, right? But it's gonna keep ramping up. So this is why I keep showing you this. This is your foundation right here. All right. He's your rock. He's your anchor. He's your best friend. He's just everything. It's so amazing, all the stuff that he does. And the moment you start to believe and receive, it's going to happen for you too. And I'm just thankful that the Lord gives me my audience. Not the biggest in the world, but I'll take what I can get. You know what I'm saying? So, I love you all. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. I miss you all. And until my next show, I'll be back. I'm already back. I think you guys have figured it out now. Love you all. Bye.